Oh, Nick Fury Jr.
Oh, like off the kids menu.
Yeah.
Oops.
Hey guys, we're just studying up on today's episode.
Uh-huh.
If you haven't guessed already, today's episode's about Marvel, and if you're not watching on YouTube,
This episode's about Marvel.
You have no idea what we're pointing at right now. If you haven't already, make sure to check us out on Twitter and Instagram at LongTakePod on Twitter and at LongTake_pod on Instagram. Also, we're on YouTube. Like and subscribe. We'd love for you guys to see our faces.
So, go watch us on YouTube.
All right, let's just start this episode.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we could just start by saying that this isn't like a deep dive into the Marvel movies, like specifically
Like one specific movie or a handful of movies. It's more talking about the timeline itself.
Marvel like as a whole, and then like what they're doing with the future now.
Yeah.
I want to ask you something first.
Okay.
What is your favorite Marvel movie?
Oh, shit. I should have thought of this before. Would it be wrong of me to say Endgame? Mm-mm. I think I could say Endgame.
Okay. I think I would say, I love the Captain America movie, like just the first Captain America movie. I think that would be my favorite, like overall. But I think with Endgame, like the way I felt when I watched it the first time, like I wasn't even big into Marvel, but like it brought up so many like emotions for me.
Yeah.
So
we saw Infinity War together, right?
we saw both of them together.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I know we watched Endgame, or we saw Endgame together, but I wasn't sure if I took you to see.
You took me to see Infinity War, and I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I don't. And then I remember seeing Infinity War, and I was like, when is the next one coming out? And then like since then, I've really gotten into Marvel. It honestly wasn't until like, truthfully, until like WandaVision that I really dove in.
Gotcha.
And I like started looking into the comics and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And why is that? Why is that?
That I started looking into the comics?
No, like just in general, like what was it that Wanda did for you?
I like in the like least cliche way, I think it's just like really cool to see like a really powerful woman in like the right way. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think with Captain Marvel, I don't think I felt what I was supposed to be feeling or what they wanted us to feel with her. And with Wanda, it was like that show was so incredibly done because it was like a beautiful storyline that's not about like so much battle fighting stuff like that. It was more like I'm dealing with so much grief and this is how I'm dealing with it. Mm-hmm. And I think it was just really cool to see like a badass woman, like actually.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, well, there's obviously more to this.
Yeah.
And then from there I was like, I dove in because I've seen like Iron Man, Captain America, like I've seen the basics, Thor, stuff like that. But I never really like dove in until after I saw that. So
cool.
Yeah, I love Wanda.
Yeah.
Besides Captain America, because I love Captain America.
Why do you like Captain America so much?
I just think he's like cool. He's like an all-American boy.
Okay. Yeah.
He's also just really cute.
He's also Captain America.
Yeah. I just like never. Everyone loved Iron Man, and I never really got into Iron Man. Who's your favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. See, everyone loves Spider-Man too. Like Spider-Man and Iron Man. No one ever says like their favorite is like the Hulk.
Because the Hulk sucks.
He doesn't suck.
He doesn't suck, but
he never had his own movie. Mark Ruffalo.
We're better off. We already know about that.
Yeah. Everyone listening knows how we feel about Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo is not my favorite, but especially as the Hulk. We talked about this actually.
Yeah. Just the most boring person.
Well, I don't want to talk about like Mark Ruffalo for much more longer than 5 minutes.
Not even most. That. Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute on the board.
I think the stupidest line delivered I've ever heard in my life is in Endgame when they're like, who's gonna hold the gauntlet and like who's gonna do it, like do the snap, and he goes, I can do it. I was like made for this. Like he literally
it's
does
like I was made for this.
Yeah, but it's like he like goes made for, like he does like a stupid face, and I hate it so much. So that's all I want to say about Mark Ruffalo. But yeah, I love Captain America. You love Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good.
Episode done.
Let's talk about Black Widow, since that's gonna be the next thing that comes out.
Yeah. Okay. So
super confusing timeline. Let's try to bring this shit down. So
I actually have a lot about Black Widow.
Okay. Go for it.
There's a lot of rumors. There's not much not much information out there about what's going on. Obviously, like the trailer came out and there's Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's Russian. And there's also what's his name from Stranger Things?
Dave Harbour.
Oh yeah, David Harbour. He's gonna be in that, so that's good too. But there's not much. Like it's obviously like about her family and whatever. But there's rumors that she is like revived or like brought back by Captain America when he goes to return the stones. Mm-hmm. So there's rumors that this movie is not like a prequel. It's more of like flashbacks that lead her to this quest to go find Yelena and whoever David Harbour is.
Yeah.
So
I think that's supposed to be her dad.
I think so too, but he doesn't look old enough to be her dad.
No, he doesn't. That
would be silly if that was her dad, because she even says that she didn't know her dad.
Her parents?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's not then.
No. I think it is. That's silly. I wonder how they're going to do that, because when she's there with Hawkeye on Vormir, he says like daughter of whatever, and then
like Ivan or something.
Yeah, and then he goes, oh, because he knows your dad's name, and she said I didn't, so she didn't even know her dad.
Yeah,
it's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, there's talk that he like brings her back, and then this is her timeline in the present day.
Yeah.
But then there's also like rumors that he goes back and just Steve, yeah, and just dances with Peggy, but didn't actually end up with Peggy. He ended up with Nat. Natasha Romanoff actually like is, I think this is in the comics as well. She is supposed to be the leader of the new generation of heroes. She's supposed to be, she's supposed to be the one who like is the leader of the Young Avengers.
Wow.
This is another thing I don't understand, because they set her up in Endgame to be like a leader. Yeah. Like she's running all the meetings. Yeah. And then killed her off so quick. And I don't think, I mean, if Natasha was actually dead and like Black Widow is dead, and this is like, I don't think they would make like a prequel. I don't think there would be like a Black Widow.
They wouldn't invest anything.
No, like, they'd just be like, you're done.
Money wise, like invest like for the story. Like there's no reason to put it in more.
Yeah.
I think before we even got on, you said, it should have been, this movie should have been done in phase 2.
Yeah.
I think, 100%. Replace, when was phase 2? What are the movies in phase 2?
Okay, actually okay, so phase 2 was...
Well, just read them all.
Okay.
Just run through them all, because I honestly don't know them either.
Okay. So phase 1 is 2008 to 2012. It's Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, which is Edward Norton's Hulk. Mark Ruffalo replaced him, but didn't get a movie himself. Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and the Avengers. That's all of phase 1. And then phase 2 was 2013 to 2015, which this is where I think a Black Widow movie could have fit in, because they introduced her in the Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Phase 2 is Iron Man 3, Thor, The Dark World, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, Age of Ultron, and Ant-Man.
Yeah, there's, going back to like having like a powerful woman in the Avengers and like putting a little bit more focus on that would have been genius here. Yeah,
I think that's why I felt so like, I mean, because they did such a disservice to women for such a long time, but maybe it was because they had, I mean, I'd like to believe that Marvel's been planning this for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I think that they did have a lot in the works for a really long time. So I'd like to think that maybe they do have a bigger purpose for Black Widow. Like, maybe her bigger purpose is later on. Yeah.
Instead of earlier on. Yeah, because, like, when you think about the character of Ant-Man and how important he is compared to the importance of Black Widow and even Wanda and Vision, you know, when you have that and you put it up on the board and you're like, okay, well, Ant-Man doesn't need to have a movie yet, you know, but we need a powerful woman and stance. I think having a powerful woman like movie, whether it was Wanda or Black Widow earlier on, would have probably assured a little bit more dominance of the Avengers in the rest of the Avenger movies.
Yeah. I do think that what they're doing now is going to be like the age of women in Marvel, because even I think they did have to do Ant-Man sooner, like around that time, because his daughter is now going to be in the Young Avengers. So like they needed to set him up to set up like his daughter's story next.
I guess it also makes sense too, because he wasn't in the Avenger movie.
Right. And then they had to put him in phase 2 because the first movie of phase 3, 2016 to 2019, is Captain America Civil War, and he's in that. Yeah.
Okay, I guess,
Yeah. So,
but also, who's not in that, or who is also in that movie but doesn't have a solo movie, is Spider-Man too.
Well,
Spider-Man and Black Panther.
So in phase 3, 2016 to 2019, it's Captain America Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, and then Spider-Man Far From Home.
Wow.
So phase 3 was a lot. Like in 3 years, they pumped out all of those movies.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because a lot of these characters are in like multiple movies, like Captain America Civil War.
That's pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
Except Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and Thor and Hulk. But Thor and Hulk are in Ragnarok, and then Tony Stark is in Spider-Man Homecoming, and then you have Infinity War, Endgame. They're all in that. Like that's a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And then phase 4, phase 5, they haven't like split this up yet. But this is what they have planned for 2020 and beyond. Is Black Widow, the TV show, The Eternals, the TV show, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, the movie Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, the movie Spider-Man No Way Home, the movie Thor Love and Thunder, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Ant-Man 3, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And then also a part of phase 4 is WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, and the Hawkeye show.
Wow.
So they're like killing it right now.
Yeah.
Like there's so much that they're doing. And I mean, it's all going to go around. Like, I think with the Loki show, they're going to bring it all around to get him to be young Loki, because that's a part of the Young Avengers. I really think this is all to set up the Young Avengers.
Yeah, it all points to that, to just restart it all.
Yeah. And then Hawkeye, the show, is setting up Kate Bishop, who is in the Young Avengers as Hawkeye 2. And then Stature is Cassie Lang. She's Ant-Man's daughter. Like, I think a lot of these are going to be women, which is really cool. And then we even have some like gay characters and like bisexual characters that are going to come in. So
yeah,
I think that's exciting. I mean, there's a lot that they're doing. Yeah. And then Loki is supposed to be young Loki, or Kid Loki. But I don't see, I'm a little worried that they're going to take Tom Hiddleston away when they do Kid Loki.
Well, yeah, who else is going to do it?
Well, I don't know. Like, they'd have to pick a kid.
Yeah.
But that kind of sucks because I really like Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
He's incredible as Loki. I'm excited for that show. That's going to be a really good show.
Did you see the commercial for it, or the trailer for it?
Yeah. Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited. And then also Darcy from WandaVision is rumored to be Loki's best friend. Like, he has like a best friend in the comics.
That's so random.
They all kind of like it's actually kind of funny. Like, I thought about this, like the relationships that they have with each other, like friendship, like relationship and stuff, like they're very like genuine. Like they want
Yeah.
them to have like a best friend. They want them to have like a relationship. Like
Yeah.
even with like Nat and Clint,
Yeah.
they have like a beautiful best friendship.
That was one thing that I also kind of was like just confused about too, because like watching all these movies, you see like relationships forming and like romantic relationships forming as well.
Yeah.
And like you see like Bruce wants to be with Nat, but then you also see Nat kind of also wanting to be with Steve, and then you see Nat also trying to be flirtatious with Hawkeye.
No, that's not flirtatious. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like it seems like it's like she's going like every direction.
Well, yeah, but the Hawkeye thing, that's what I'm saying about like how genuine they are with like relationships and stuff, because with Hawkeye, like Black Widow and Hawkeye, they truly are just best friends. Like he's married and she like hangs out with him and his wife. Like they really are like best friends.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's so sad because at the end of her story in Endgame, like one of them has to die. Like it's very genuine how they do things. And then with Darcy, she has like a name because she becomes like a mutant, I think.
Oh, really?
But I don't have her name right now. But she is rumored to be in the Loki series, like as his best friend, like traveling around with him.
That's cool.
Which, yeah, I think that's like super cute because also like they don't have a relationship. Like it's literally just like pure. Like it's sweet. So,
what do you think about the mutants and the X-Men?
can I say one thing before we move on from the Loki thing? Also, in the trailer for the Loki series, is that Natasha? Did you see that?
At the end?
Yeah, like with her back turned.
It would make sense. It would go full circle.
Yeah, I was like, so then, listen, I'm very into Reddit, like, rumors. So then there was another rumor that Loki with the Tesseract
is the one
who brings her back.
Yeah, I heard that too. I think that would make the most sense.
I know, but I just don't want it to be the end of Steve Rogers. Like, I want him to be a part of things still. But no, so like, we don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'm very excited.
It's all over the place. All it is I mean, it's cool that they're doing this to make this happen. They're like, yeah, we're gonna have people talking about this. Yeah, well, it's crazy because like there's endless conversations we could have. Yeah, like about there's so many different theories and everything that could possibly happen. I know, we haven't even scratched the surface of my notes, so Good. We have a lot to do. Okay, you were asking about what? Mutants and X-Men. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about like? Did you ever watch those when you were a kid? The like X-Men movies? Mm-mm. Really? No, that's where I'm like weak with everything because I only saw Logan because you made me go see that movie, and I don't think I liked it very much. Really? Yeah, I don't think I did. Interesting. I was never into the X-Men. I'm very weak in that area. I mean, I've looked into like the comics and stuff just to see where they're going to connect. And obviously like with the Wanda stuff, like that's like changing the MCU kind of because she's bringing that in. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I wasn't really into X-Men. Were you? Yeah, I was. It was just something that like I wasn't like super into it, but we'd go see the movies and stuff. Yeah. But no, I think it's cool. I think what they're going to do and the way that they're gonna like reintroduce everything and recast everyone, I think it's really smart. I think it not only leads to more younger actors getting these opportunities to play these characters for 10 plus years now. That's like what's gonna happen again. They're rebooting this, and it's not even that the old movies were bad. Because there's there's like, I think 9 of them now, maybe more, maybe less, I don't even know. Mm-hmm. But like the first bunch of those movies were like really, really good. Yeah. They were like fun to watch and it was like entertaining actually. And I mean, Hugh Jackman was like the leader of everything. Right. And I mean, his story is like, Wolverine's story is like really cool. So to possibly see him get recasted and like to see another take of it, especially being with like other MCU guys, like characters. I think it's just really cool. I think what they're going to do is going to be really good.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to also, like I said, bringing young actors in to like play these roles is like perfect because you're just building more actors, which is cool. But whoever lands the role of Wolverine is going to skyrocket. It doesn't matter who it is. They're going through the roof. And
I really think that like the actors that they had playing, like not even just with X-Men, but with everything in Marvel, I think that they're going to keep the original actors for like
as long as they can.
Well, I think they're going to keep them for like training for the other, like the newcomers, because I think like with Thor's story, it's going to be Natalie Portman who takes over.
Yeah.
So,
but he said as long as he can play it, he'll play it forever.
I know, and I think most of them feel that way. Besides Robert Downey Jr., who was like, he's out and he's out. Like I don't think they're bringing back Tony Stark.
No,
but,
there's no reason to.
But they have Iron Lad in the Young Avengers, and I think like Tony will stay in Spider-Man's story. I think he'll also I think they're gonna use them in like a Star Wars way.
Yeah.
Like where they have like the ghosts and stuff. I couldn't think of what I was trying to say. Like the ghosts talking to like I think they will stay as like some part of like mentorship,
Yeah. Okay. Where are we going next?
You want to talk about Spider-Man?
Sure.
All right. What do you got on Spider-Man? You love him, so.
I love him. I do. I don't even know where to start with it because it's so all over the place. The timeline after Endgame, like we get Far From Home, is confusing.
Yeah.
Because the only way that it makes sense, do you know what the timeline is? Like how it makes sense?
Kind of.
Okay. There's a few theories on it, and I don't know which one is like the exact one. But it was saying that when you're in Far From Home, Tom is just back in high school again. Mm-hmm. And so is all of his friends, and like everything is the same. Nothing changed, even though it's been 5 years. There's a 5-year difference and nothing has changed. And the only logical explanation to it is that everyone else was blimped. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much it. There's no other.
I think that's what I think that's what they were doing with it. But I'll also
I think it's whack. I think it's messed up.
I think Marvel is very smart, and I think they think about things like crazy, and I think they plan things out like crazy. But I think this was almost a situation where they were like, oh, yeah. And they didn't really address it, and they never did. Yeah. So I think it was just like, yeah, we'll just make this work, because everyone else is like, they're just people. Like they're not, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So
their life just continues.
Yeah. They can just enter in. I am curious to see, in regards to this same situation in Hawkeye, because this Hawkeye takes place after Endgame as well. Mm-hmm. For sure it does. And I'm curious to see how his family dynamic is going to be. Because I always thought that his daughter was becoming like a little Hawkeye.
Yeah, I thought that's what she does.
No. It's Kate Bishop. She's like a different person. Right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Who's Kate Bishop? Like another character?
Yeah, Kate Bishop is supposed to be like a different girl. His daughter is named Lila. So I thought they would bring her in and she would be the next Hawkeye, but they're actually bringing in Kate Bishop, who's a different character completely.
Kate Bishop is a person, or is a character in the MCU?
Is a character. It's going to be Haley Steinfeld.
Oh.
And she's going to be, but so I'm curious to see how that family dynamic is going to be. Other than him and Spider-Man, everyone else was kind of themselves. Yeah. So it didn't really matter for their storylines. But yeah, I think in that case, they were just like, oh yeah, he's in school. Yeah. Like he needs to go back to school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think they think about things, but maybe they just
kind of dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It was just really confusing to me. But if that's just how it is, then that's just how it is, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Do you think that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will be in the next?
I don't know if they're going to be in the Spider-Man movie, if they're going to be in the Doctor Strange movie. Mm-hmm. I think that they definitely are, because like all of these things on Reddit have been saying like
reliable source of Reddit.
Well, like people follow this stuff, and they've been saying that like their stunt doubles, like Tobey Maguire's stunt double has been seen like a bunch of times. So like I really think that they will be in, and I think that will be so cool, and it's so hyped up that if they don't, it would almost be disappointing.
Yes, absolutely.
Like everyone's hoping for this.
I think they've learned to, I think Disney and Marvel has learned if they're going to have some sort of rumor and there's going to be some sort of leak,
right?
You cannot let down your fans.
Right, because with Star Wars, they blew it.
Not with Star Wars, with Wanda.
Well, with Wanda,
the Wanda thing is
with
super disappointing.
With Star Wars, they blew it because there were a ton of like theories about who Rey was, and then those got thrown out the window, and people were disappointed. I was disappointed. Like there was huge
more
disappointment.
More than half of the audience are disappointed.
Yeah, and I think this is such a big rumor that this is like almost just true. Like,
it's like
yes,
too big
this is
to
happening.
not let it happen. Yeah.
And with everything that they're doing with this collapse of the multiverse and like everything coming together,
it makes so much sense.
It does make sense, and it would be cool.
If you're gonna say like, oh yeah, there's multiple universes, show that. You know, why not just let this happen?
Right.
You know, let's see Chris Evans as the Human Torch. Let's do it. You know.
I know it would be really like
Jessica Alba, bring her back. Let's go.
It would be really cool. If they did, I mean, I don't think they're going to deliver on everything, but I think the Spider-Man thing they have to.
The other thing too of Willem Dafoe was on set.
Yes.
And photographed on set. So it's like,
oh my God, that one.
You can't work around that. Like, you're not going to bring him in as a different character.
I know. We've talked about this before, like how much I love Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man and everything. And one of the like characters that used to actually scare me as a kid, but now it's like a relationship with that character where I'm like, okay, I love him now.
Yeah.
Was the Green Goblin.
Really?
Yes.
Because he was just so creepy and like the laugh and the scary.
Yeah. And just like the costume, it was like that green, like it was freaky.
Yeah.
And that used to like really scare me. So I'm excited to see that again.
The freaking Green Goblin can afford some bacon.
Yeah. Yeah, but
What movie is that from?
I don't know.
This is the end.
Yeah. Okay.
James Franco.
Yes, I knew. Okay.
Bring back James. Get him a role. Could you imagine that?
They won't.
No, he's too risky.
He's too controversial now.
Yeah.
Like he has a lot of issues. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do it with. Like if it will be Doctor Strange or Spider-Man, but either way they're gonna do it.
Yeah, I think it would make more sense to do it in Doctor Strange just because that's just who controls the multiverse.
I'm stoked for that movie.
Yeah.
That Doctor Strange movie is going to be insane.
Yeah.
Because you know everyone's going to be in it.
I was going to say, is Wanda supposed to be in it too?
I think I mean, they have to continue her story.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, they left it open-ended, so they have to. And also, her kids are supposed to come back. Mm-hmm. They get reincarnated, and like, then they separate them, and it's like a Luke and Leia situation.
Yeah. Do they separate it? Wait, is that really? Like they separate them for what reason?
When they're reincarnated, they separate them to different families so they can live a normal life.
Oh.
But then they end up growing up and finding each other anyway. And,
gotcha. They have powers, right? It's Wiccan and Speed.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Who are they going to play?
Let's talk about it.
Or who's going to play them, I mean.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's the Young Avengers. It's setting up for the Young Avengers. We've talked about it. We've been talking about it.
Right.
But it was.
Should we say who the Young Avengers are really quick?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so the Young Avengers are Iron Lad. He starts the Young Avengers.
I think that's going to be Ty Simpkin.
Okay, so do you know about all of these?
Not all of them, but I know I know Ty Simpkin is supposed to play a role that is supposed to replace Iron Man.
Oh.
Do you know who Ty Simpkin is? He's Harley something.
Okay.
Not Harley Quinn.
Okay.
His name is His character's name is Harley. He's in Iron Man 2. He's the little boy.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
And then Ty Simpkin's character was at the funeral.
Yes.
So it was like, okay, you see him. Because I was like, who the fuck is that kid? And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, it's Ty Simpkin still.
That makes sense.
So I think.
Well, because why would they bring him back? Okay. So Iron Lad is the leader. He actually, I can tell you like little facts about each of these guys.
Do whatever. Do it up.
Iron Lad actually ends up killing Vision in the comics. But I think
Is it out of love?
I think it's the I think it's the White Vision.
Oh, okay.
I think that's who it is because the other one disappeared. Hulkling. Do you want to say what he does?
I don't know what he does.
He marries Wiccan, who is one of the reincarnated sons of Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Oh, yeah.
And he's Billy.
Is Hulkling supposed to be a black character, though?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I think so.
I think they can kind of do whatever they want with it.
Yeah. But Hulkling is like supposed to be the Hulk? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's Hulkling, yeah. And yeah, Wiccan is one of the twins. He's Billy. And then Speed is Tommy. He's the twin to Wiccan and another reincarnated son, you know. Patriot, he's like, he resembles Bucky Barnes. So he's another one of them. Hawkeye 2 is Kate Bishop. And she is obviously being set up in the Hawkeye series. She's obviously like getting ready to be a part of this. Stature is Cassie Lang, Ant-Man's daughter, which will be really interesting because she also grew up.
Yeah.
Like she became older in those 5 years.
I hope.
Yeah. Vision 2 is recreated by Iron Lad. He like makes him with the same operating system as Vision. So cool. He honestly, that might be Paul Bettany. Yeah. He might continue on. Kid Loki is Loki reincarnated and trapped in a kid's body. So probably not Tom Hiddleston. Miss America, I have nothing on her. Like I don't even know if they're going to bring her in. She's like supposed to be like Captain America, but girl, Miss America. I don't know if they'll bring her in. And then Prodigy is the first, well, I mean, I guess you could argue that some of them already were, but the first like out bisexual Avenger.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And then obviously like Wiccan and Hulkling, they're supposed to be like gay.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be cool. This is like a very woke like Avengers team.
Yeah.
I think they're really playing up like
their cards
2021.
Yeah. And beyond.
I mean, it
when
works.
When was this creative though? Like when
these were created with the comics.
Like what years?
Oh, like 70s, 80s. Like a long time ago.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I mean,
good for them.
Yeah. I think even before then, I think because of like Iron Lad and like Kid Loki, I think those ones at least were created like around the time that Iron Man and like Loki and all them were created.
Gotcha. I remember it was a few years ago they were talking about I think it might have even been before Tom Holland was casted as Spider-Man. It was in talks that Donald Glover was going to get it. Yeah. And a lot of people wanted that. And they were also saying make him gay. Make him a gay superhero. Yeah. And Stan Lee, he was just like, I don't need to make him gay. We already have other gay characters. If we want another gay character, I'll create one.
Yeah.
But I guess people aren't completely aware of like the rest of the
like
the rest of the characters.
Yeah.
Not even. It wasn't even like what's coming like later. It was just like there's other gay characters. You don't need to make Spider-Man gay because there's other gay characters. I mean, you make him gay, great. You know. It's just gonna, whatever. That just adds to the story. It's a different angle to the story.
Do you know the whole story with the Donald Glover Spider-Man thing?
No.
That was like online. Like it was like, I think I was on Reddit. Like someone just said he should play Spider-Man and like drew fan art. And then Donald Glover thought it was funny. So he started telling people like, yeah, I'm going to play Spider-Man.
Oh.
and he just like, it was
he
never.
He just made up the rumor.
Well, someone else did and he just rolled with it. And it was he was never even asked to play Spider-Man.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't even like in talks.
I did not know that. I thought it was like a real thing.
No, and he was like, I don't know. People just kept saying, I'm going to be Spider-Man, so I'm Spider-Man.
Good for him.
I think he would have been a great Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think
like
he's a little bit too old now.
Did you watch Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
I loved that.
I thought it was good.
I loved that.
I had a hard time watching it.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was really cool and like really well done. I hope they like bring that into it too, but
they could.
I mean, but it's technically not part of the MCU.
Yeah. But it is.
But I mean, they could bring it.
It also says Spider-Verse in there, so.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we talked about the Young Avengers.
Oh, well, we didn't say who was going to play.
That's what I'm saying.
Avengers.
Like, let's talk about that.
So it was actually, obviously, I'm a Troye Sivan stan. We're not hiding anything here. But he said that this was back in 2017 that he had a meeting in Atlanta, Georgia, for a very, very, very big role. So that was in the time where this timeline is basically getting made.
Yeah,
and this
well,
is
where
like,
they're thinking about.
Yeah, like it's all getting planned to like execute in the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he just said it went really well. You know, he said that it was going to correlate to a gay character. He was going to play a gay character. And then next thing you know, it was like, oh, it was rumored that he was going to play Wiccan. Mm-hmm. And it just kept building and building and building, and then it was he didn't confirm it, but I mean it's still like a rumor. Obviously he probably can't say anything if he did get it, but I think Troye Sivan is going to play Wiccan. I think it would make sense.
You need to call it right now because you tend to get things right.
Troye Sivan is going to play Wiccan.
Yeah.
In the Young Avengers movie.
You're manifesting it.
Troye Sivan. Wiccan.
Yeah, I think it would be a really good choice. I think he'd do a good job. And also like to have a gay person play a gay character.
That's the whole thing behind it. I mean, that's a lot of people are very, very like activists to that. And I think that's how it should be. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Do you know who else may be joining the MCU?
No.
Rihanna.
What?
I guess she's rumored to be in Black Panther too.
Oh.
I think another thing. Okay, so let's talk about Black Panther because rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. That was
tragic. Holy
my God. And the fact that he like never told anyone, like no one knew. All while he was filming Black Panther, he was like dying.
Yeah, literally.
Endgame, he was dying, and no one knew. Everyone was shocked. Like, what an amazing man to like keep that and be so strong and.
Yeah, I remember when it was right before he like announced that he was like literally like I'm gonna die. Mm-hmm. He like posted on Instagram and he like looked super thin and people were like,
"You sent that to me."
People were like, "He's on drugs. Like, look how out of control he is. He's literally dying."
It was like during quarantine, and you sent that to me, and I was like, "Oh my God, he does not look good."
Yeah,
like I think I said something like quarantine's not been good for him.
Yeah,
but
he's
no one
literally
knew.
Dying. Yeah, no one knew at all.
I mean, no one knew until he died, and then people were, and then it said why he died.
Yeah. Was it colon cancer?
Yeah, it was colon or pancreatic. It was one of those. I don't remember, but so tragic, and he was such a talent too. Like he's amazing. It's really sad. It's really, really sad.
And
but
like literally the most perfect person to play that role.
I know he did amazing, and I mean they're not replacing him.
Yeah.
So this is another thing that I was gonna say. It's hammering in more of the girl power stuff.
Yeah.
Because his sister, Shuri, is actually going to take his place as Black Panther.
Okay, they've announced that officially?
They didn't. It's still technically a rumor, but they said that they will not replace him. That's confirmed.
Good, yeah.
So there definitely won't be like a male Black Panther, I don't think. I don't think they would do that. And I don't think so either. And I think having his sister like rise up and take over, I think that would be a really nice thing. And then they're saying that Rihanna might join because
she's just going to be like a character.
It's going to be like a girl power kind of thing.
Gotcha.
I'm really, really impressed with Marvel and the fact that, and this is going to sound stupid, but people don't really care about women characters. Like, they really don't. And the fact that Marvel's making these women superheroes so cool to the point where even like men care about them.
Yeah.
That's like a big deal.
It is.
Because people watched WandaVision and were like, holy shit,
cool.
she's so bad at. Like, everyone loved it.
Yeah.
And it was like across the board. And the fact that men like are getting excited, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, it's showing a lot of progress, I think, for women. Because I mean, we didn't have any like strong female characters until just recently. Yeah. And Captain Marvel was a huge disappointment. I mean, that was like, I hated that movie. I didn't care about her at all.
Let's dive into it.
Yeah, I just think they did everything wrong with her, and not introducing her until like right before Endgame when she was supposed to come in, and then presenting it as like she saves the world. I didn't like it at all. I thought that was like, okay, the women want something, let's throw them
a bone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you said it best when saying they brought her in too late in the game, you know. And it was funny when it came out because it was like, this movie's going to be really badass. Like, it's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah.
And it came out and it was like, okay, well, that was a movie, you know. I
was excited. I really was like really excited.
Yeah.
We went to see it, I think. And I was like, this is going to be amazing.
We went in like the middle of the day. Remember no, we didn't go in the middle of the day.
Yes, we did. We did, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And we like sat super
really close. Yeah. Because I wanted to see it so bad. I was like, we have to go. And I really thought this was going to be like girl power, like really exciting. And it just didn't deliver. It wasn't like anything special. Yeah. I don't like DC right now. I don't like what they're doing. And I would say that the Wonder Woman movie did more for women than Captain Marvel.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
like the first Wonder Woman. I was more like, I felt it's like that whole thing where you like leave a theater, especially as a girl, after you see like a really badass movie and you leave a theater and you're like, okay, I am badass like her. Like I am. And I didn't have that with Captain Marvel. I had that with Wonder Woman, and I hate to say that because I'm totally Team Marvel.
Yeah. And
the fact that I didn't get that from her, and I don't think Brie Larson was like a great choice. I think they picked her because she was hot in that moment. And I don't think she delivered.
Yeah.
I think Elizabeth Olsen is doing an amazing job of being like this really strong character advocate for women. I think like it's
Talk
impressive.
About an independent woman.
Yeah, seriously. Literally. And like I said before, to have her deal with something so real that like everyone goes through, you know, all the time, grief and like losing someone that you love so much and just wanting to be with them. Like, they did amazing with the WandaVision show. Yeah. I can't say that enough.
It seemed to me like the Captain Marvel movie was just like super rushed, and it was like, yo, we got to put this movie together because we got to put it out right before Endgame comes out, because this is going to set up for Endgame.
Yeah.
And I think it did the opposite of that.
It just seemed like they had like an empty space in the puzzle, and they just tried to jam Captain Marvel in, and she didn't fit. I don't think she fit at all. I don't even think she like, there was no like chemistry between her.
It was too late. It was too late in the game to build that chemistry.
Yeah, she didn't have any with any of the Avengers.
And the other biggest thing with Endgame and with the end of Infinity War was she wasn't in them at all. She was not in them. She
came in Endgame and did like a lot, but it was almost like
she
it was almost like, let them handle it. Like let them.
Yeah.
I don't like her. Yeah. I don't think.
I think her saving the day at the end was bullshit, because she didn't even save the day. She helped, but she helped just like everyone else.
Yeah, it's a team thing, and I just don't think she fits into that team. So I don't even know how they would revive that character. I mean, from what I've seen, there's a lot of people who don't really like her, and there's not many people who are like Captain America or Captain Marvel fans.
Yeah. But is it like, are people not Brie Larson fans, or are they not Captain Marvel fans?
I think both.
I think both as well.
I think that they really like undershot
Yeah.
with Captain Marvel. I think they could have done way more.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And
who could have played it better?
I mean, I don't know.
Florence Pugh.
That's another woman. Yeah. I'm very excited, and she's going to be a big part of this too.
Yeah.
She's in Black Widow and the Hawkeye show. There's a rumor that she might be in the Loki show. I mean, she's gonna blow up. But I don't think Florence was ready.
No, she wasn't. She's too young.
You would almost need like a more established like woman. You need like a more established strong woman. Like I'm not like
Jessica Alba.
No, I think they could have used Cate Blanchett maybe, but they used her as Hera.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But I think she could have done it. Like I think you needed like a more established. Yeah. Honestly, like I think you need someone who like is more, older.
Laura Dern.
Oh my God, she would have been amazing.
Yeah, she would have been badass.
She would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Or even Kathryn Hahn. They had her as Agatha. I could see her as Captain Marvel.
Too serious of a role.
Really?
For her at the time.
I don't know. I think they just needed like an older...
You can't go from Bad Bombs 1 and 2
to Captain Marvel.
To Captain Marvel.
I just don't think Brie Larson was the right choice. I don't think releasing Captain America when they did was the right choice. I don't think the
Captain
story...
Marvel.
Or yeah. I keep saying that. I don't think the story was correct. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a hot take.
I just don't think that she's good. I don't like Captain Marvel. I don't know what I was going to say. All right. Before we wrap up, I just wanted to talk about like the new series that we don't really have like too much information on yet, but are also coming out along with Loki and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So the first one is that Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. Mm-hmm. He is supposed to be an Avenger now. He's a new Avenger. Yeah. He is brought in by Captain America and Iron Man. So I don't really know how they're going to do any of that.
Yeah.
I don't have much information on this one. I know it's not supposed to premiere until like September or something.
Wow. So we have some time.
Yeah. So it'll be a while. But Awkwafina is going to be in it.
Oh, yeah.
I like her a lot. So
She's
I'm excited about that.
It's cool. We finally, is this the first Asian character that we have?
Avenger, yeah. Actually, well, yeah.
Jimmy Woo.
Yeah, but I love him.
But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so that is not until September, but still very exciting. I'm excited about that one. And then we have the Eternals, which I have a little bit more information on, just because they've been releasing stuff here and there about that one. This is going to be actually a movie.
Oh, okay.
Actually, not a series. I don't know why I thought it was a series, but it's actually a movie following the race of the Eternals. I guess they're like a race, like a species or something, after Endgame. So they're somehow going to have to be a part of something. I'm sure they're going to introduce some character. Like, it's not just going to be I'm sure Loki's going to be in it, something like that,
Gotcha.
Someone in space. But we have Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah.
Very excited about that. Richard Madden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. Richard Madden.
Fuck Richard Madden.
I love him. He's so attractive. Angelina Jolie.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell?
And Kit Harington. So it's a stacked cast. I don't know exactly where they're going with this.
Who's Kit Harington?
Jon Snow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know exactly where they're going with this, but it's going to be exciting.
Wow, yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff to look forward to with Marvel. We are going to be doing like a series eventually.
Yeah.
With like the different, we can honestly go by phases or something.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I suggest.
Because there's so much to cover with each individual movie even. So, we'll have to do that. But I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say. So,
yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty set.
I think I'm probably going to go watch a Marvel movie now.
God.
I'm like, we've talked about it so much. I want to go watch one.
I think I'm just excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited for content.
I'm excited to get that feeling that I got when watching Endgame.
Yeah.
Again. Like, I think we will. but
yeah,
I don't know when. Hopefully soon. All right.
Okay. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this episode. Thanks for swinging by, and we'll see you next Friday. Mm-hmm. Isn't that it?
What are we doing next Friday?
Listening to this episode.
No, what? Next week we're going to be talking about the movie Promising Young Woman. So
very excited about
check that one out.
Yeah, if you haven't.
It's brand new. So.
Peace.
Oh my God.